Hi Leo, welcome to your mid-March horoscope and tarot reading. I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome back to the channel if you're a regular here, and if you're new, please subscribe. It would be great to have you. So Leo, finally we have the sun moving into a fire sign. It's probably felt like quite a long time since the sun was in Sagittarius, and there's not been much fire in the overall planetary activity, apart from Jupiter, of course, still gracing your romantic sector. So let me know how that's going. It'll be beautifully enhanced this Aries season coming up. So on the 20th of March, because bear in mind we do have Pisces season until then, so let's not jump the gun totally. But on March 20th, the sun goes into your house of travel and vacations and adventure. Now, I know Leos will like to hear that because Leos are always up for an adventure. It's a great time to make a bucket list, a travel vision board, figure out where you want to go on your holidays this year if you haven't already. With Mercury retrograde at the moment, travel is still tricky. But only in the sense that it can bring about delays and things, And just remember, delays are there to assist you sometimes, especially when it comes to planes. You'd rather they were keeping an eye on things. With everything going on with the Boeing 737s, you really want people to be doing their due diligence. So just be aware that if planes are delayed and things, it is probably for your greater good. So go with the delays and just embrace them and try and think positive when it happens to you, okay? But it's no reason to prevent yourself from making a bucket list of places you want to go, you want to visit, follow these travel blogs online, see what places you want to see. Chances are around the new moon in Aries in April, you may find some really wonderful, unexpected deals pop up. So keep that in mind, okay? Now, on the same day, we have a full moon in the house of communication, Leo. So that's interesting, isn't it? Especially with the planet Mercury of communication retrograding in your 8th house. So what does this mean? This indicates, because there will be 2 full moons in this sector for you this year, 2. Important communications, important conversations, important documents, important text messages could all flag up around the 20th of March, give or take a few days. Bear in mind, you're going to get a second go at this in April when Mercury is not in retrograde. If you need to sign anything, if you could delay it to the next month, it would be great. If not, make sure you're rereading it and having somebody else read it too. Be thorough, okay? This will indicate important conversations and exchanges, a lot to do with your life path, where you want to go. Libra for you can also rule siblings, so good conversations with siblings, or something may arise with a sibling that changes the overall direction. Your sibling might get married, or they might say they're moving, or they might confide in you about something. Great time for clearing the air with people. Bear in mind, this also rules media. So you guys might be starting new jobs in media. You might be relied upon for media training, that type of thing. That's all what's encompassed in this side of the sky for you. On the same day, Mars does trine Pluto, which is gorgeous because Mars is in your career sector at the moment. And it's probably going to transform your career, bring about a new beginning, a new opportunity, and a really golden opportunity from the universe. Probably one that could transform your life. It'll be something that you look back on and say, that really put me in a new path, or that really put me in a new journey. Even if it's not incredibly obvious from the get-go, Leo, there's a real golden opportunity with this particular aspect, Mars and Pluto connecting on these side of the skies for you. Because don't forget, Pluto's in Capricorn, which is your day-to-day career, your day-to-day work. And then the 10th house, which is where Mars is more to do about your reputation and your, fulfilling career. Not what you do for money, but what you do for passion that can make money. There's great connection here. And Mars has that drive to push forward, that leadership. And don't forget, Uranus has gone into Taurus too. So you might be thinking, I could be in charge of more than I'm in charge of. And you'll want to put yourself forward. It'll give you the confidence to do that. Now, also, in terms of your relationships, Venus is in your partnership house right up until the 26th of March. So you'll be on the same page as your partners. And if you're not, you'll be finding people that are more connected with you on a partnership level, people that want the same things. Venus does clash with Mars in your career zone. Don't forget Mars is in Taurus on the 21st. So be wary of sacrificing one for the other, because somebody might get ticked off. You know what I mean? If you dip out of a business meeting early to go meet your significant other, your boss might get annoyed. Or if you decide to work late some night that you've plans with a partner, might get annoyed. Make sure that you're keeping that balance and keeping everybody happy and keeping yourself happy. That's the most important thing. Venus does enter your 8th house of intense romance. You've had a lot of 8th house energy with Pisces season, probably aroused up some jealousy, some suspicions in some relationships, had really deep conversations arise that really matter. You may have found people that think deeper than people you've dated before, or people that you can really go toe to toe with on certain issues. You know, if you've dated flighty people in the past, the energy for the last couple of months and continuing, Leo, is more about attracting people that get you. Okay, so if you still haven't found that, don't worry, because the end of March and April as well with the fire energy, it's a great time to do that. Do be wary of people from the past resurfacing and causing trouble in your new relationships or new partnerships, or maybe your partner's exes resurfacing and causing trouble. It's temporary. The past is in the past for a reason. I know that a lot of people on YouTube and readings and stuff talk a lot about second chances in the past. If that's for you, that's cool. I'm a big believer that if it didn't work out for a reason, you should find out what that reason is and find something better. Do you know what I mean? I think if somebody returns from the past, by all means, Leo, if you want to give them a chance, but just, follow your heart, but take your head with you is all I'm going to say. Okay, off the bat, 8 of Pentacles. Working on your career, working on your finances, and it's bringing you joy. Yes, that Mars trine Pluto aspect hitting in your career sectors is going to be wonderful. It is going to open you up to new opportunities. 10 of Cups, 3 of Wands. You, your career, and your love life are all combining in some way. Why is that? With that Mars-Venus clash, that could be interesting to see. Okay. Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Pentacles, and I'll take the top one because it came out. Wow. Let's see. Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Pentacles. Financially, things are really taking off. Things might be happening very quickly. Once Mercury goes direct, you're going to notice how the energies suddenly shift and become very, very speedy. Now, you've been waiting for something for a long time and suddenly it takes off. Could be to do with an air sign. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but it's more likely to be to do with speed. Things going quicker, having to make decisions, going for something, having the confidence to go for something. The wheels of fortune are changing in your favor to bring you something that you've wished for, something that's part of your karma, something that's part of your destiny or feels like destiny. Could be to do with a Scorpio, a Taurus, or an Aquarius. But something is bringing you great joy. 10 of Cups. You've been working towards something and it's paying off. That is glorious. And yet there's more to this journey. So you celebrate, you're happy about this, it's worked out the way that you feel like you wanted it to, and then you're ready for more. Something has slowly but surely developed, and now you have the confidence to make something else happen. Do not let restrictive thinking block you when you gain momentum. You will be afraid when things start happening very, very, very quickly, especially if it is to do with career. Okay? But for some of you, I just noticed it's romance. I'm going to keep that one out. Okay? How is your career and your romance playing together? That's interesting because we talked about that in the star bit. Mars, Pluto beautiful golden opportunity. That's what this is. Real golden opportunity is coming for you, Leo. Possibly career, possibly romantically, but for a lot of you, it's both. Because Jupiter is in a fire sign. Jupiter is all about you guys. Now, if I'm looking for some sort of caveat to this, Eight of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Don't rush anything out of fear. This has come up a lot for you too, actually. Now, bear in mind, I talked on my Instagram page about the tortoise and the hare with Mars being in Taurus, and we have that right up until March 31st. Rushing something, with the hare at least, was more to do with being competitive. It was more to do with arrogance rather than self-confidence. The tortoise had self-confidence, and he knew that he would do his best and he'd get there in the end. The hare got cocky. So he rushed and he was tired and he had a little race because he got complacent. When something goes really well and it's developing at a pace, because there's a lot of steady momentum to this. You know, these two, the Eight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles, is letting something grow, being aware that it will grow, waiting for it to happen, but still working on it. Not just leaving it up to chance, still working on it. And this is what you're, Nine of Pentacles, things start to get very comfortable. Things are really beautiful for you, Leo. If you're not feeling like this at all, do check out your moon and rising, because sometimes, especially if it's an earth sign with Uranus moving into Taurus, you might feel a bit shaky. But as a fixed sign, again, Uranus going into Taurus is revolutionizing you to be more independent in your career, because Leos make great leaders. And you might really see how well you could be doing if you had a little bit more space to maneuver in your career. If you had a little bit more breathing space. The difficulty is if you try to rush something, especially when Mercury is retrograding, and especially if it's in the 8th, which rules your relationship with other people's money. If other people have money relying on you, rushing a decision without reading through the fine print is a recipe for disaster. Okay, so do not rush things. Try and be more like the tortoise. Go slowly through things. And if people try and rush you, say that you want to do your best, so you're not going to be rushed. Because at the end of the day, if someone rushes you to read through something and you don't read the fine print, you get held responsible. You can't say so-and-so rushed me. Do you know what I mean? Same with your relationships. If you are dealing with somebody that you're very happy with, and then all of a sudden you try and push them into something, they might get suspicious of that. Or you might be suspicious of their hesitancy to go from 0 to 100, because Leos love to be adored, and hesitancy to make something official right off the bat or something solidified completely too soon, and hesitancy can make you question that person's intentions. And I don't suspect anything here about somebody's intentions being off. I'm sure in some people's lives there are probably people around that you maybe should be more wary of. But at the end of it all, Leo, there's something really, really beautiful here. We have the 10 of Cups and the 2 of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you may get engaged. I know that Jennifer Lopez and A-Rod are both Leos. They got engaged. That's what that looks like. I don't know if they rushed it. I don't know. But somebody in a relationship sense has a bit of hesitancy about going so quick. So there is also this saying that things that are, people you meet during Mercury retrograde are not always as they seem. So try not to rush relationships too much if you've just met somebody in March, okay? That's important. Go slow and see what happens, because they could be somebody with the Knight of Swords that appears to be all about you, and then they could be giving you anxiety the next minute. That's just if you've met somebody recently. Just be wary that they are who they say they are. Doesn't mean that you only meet people that aren't right for you. It just means that you can go in with your rose-tinted glasses on. But all the same, The tens here are significant. You are shifting into a new phase of your life, Leo, that involves a lot of romance, a lot of money, a lot of abundance. It's going to be a very, very, very lucky cycle. And I keep saying to people in my life that are Leos, it's actually a good time to be a Leo. You know, Jupiter in your 5th house is so much fun. So much fun. And it is really going to present you these opportunities to be creative, to enjoy things. There's a downside to enjoying everything too much, because sometimes you can eat too much, drink too much, yada, 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 yada. But life is to be enjoyed. And with the 10 of Cups, it's telling you that there is a rainbow in your sky. And you know that despite the cards looking very breezy, you can't have a rainbow without rain. There has to have been some sort of sorrow come before to experience the 10 of Cups. That's the whole point of the journey. You can't appreciate real love till you've been burned, or you've known what the pain is. For some people, they have the pain, they shut themselves off. This is asking you not to do it. It's asking you not to connect yourself with people that are flighty. Because with Mars in Taurus, and then it's going to move into Gemini, your 11th house, you know, you'll have plenty of time to make moves with your social circle. At the moment, you're making moves in your career, and you're making a lot of headway in terms of your love life if you're only patient about it, you know? Your words are also something that you have to consider, because there is a point in March, possibly when Venus and Mars square on the 21st, okay? So take this on board. When Mars and Venus square, you may come across as either too masculine or too feminine, in the sense that you're either coming across as too independent or too emotional. Your words will matter. So if you're dealing with somebody that suddenly feels, and this is just from the stars, I'm perceiving this. If you're dealing with somebody who feels insecure about your career and that they're being left behind, be kind. Offer them something. Offer something to tide them over. It's as simple as that. It's very easy to reassure people if you have good intentions. Okay? If people are suspicious, you know, bear in mind Mercury retrograde, especially if you're dealing with another Leo, they could be naturally very suspicious. You could be naturally suspicious. I'm not saying there's anything here to be suspicious of. Receptivity. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and the ability to give to others. Okay? Perfect. So great things are happening to you at the moment, Leo. You just have to receive them. Artemis Guardian, you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. Well, that's pretty. And quiet time. So amidst everything that's going on, Leo, you do have to take some time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. Contemplation is big. Receiving is big. You don't have to push things so much this month, Leo. You don't have to push forward at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Take time to meditate and contemplate, and wonder why you're trying to rush something forward, because that's not always the best way to create things. You cannot rush a flower into growing, okay? You cannot rush a tree into growing. Nature happens the way it's supposed to. Something beautiful is blossoming, of course. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Cups. A lot of relationships are going to go official when Venus is in your partnership sector right up until the 26th. Mercury only goes direct on the 28th, but that doesn't mean you can't make things official. It just means that if you do, make sure that it's been a long-standing energy that you were ready for to begin with. And you're not just rushing it out of a place of fear, out of a place of duty, out of a place of insecurity. When you're going over documents, especially if you work in a job where you're responsible for other people's money, especially in legality, for example, do your due diligence. Really read over it a good few times, and don't let anybody else rush you into making a decision, because at the end of it all, you're going to be responsible for that decision. There's beautiful, beautiful cards here. There's beautiful astrology for you. The world is your oyster, but you're still responsible for your own decisions. So make sure that you're doing what you need to do to feel secure, and it's coming from the right place, because the Wheel of Fortune is promising you a lucky streak. Doesn't mean everyone else around you is granted with it, so be patient, okay? You have the answers, Leo. It exists within your subconscious. If you meditate, if you contemplate, it'll come to you. Don't take advice from someone you wouldn't switch places with. So, love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.